it's your business. Because that's how you stay in it. You don't need business to get in because you make the right content go viral, boom, you win.
One of the biggest obstacles artists face in the music game is access. Getting access to the people that can make it happen, or access to the information and resources you need to get to the next level. That's the key. That's why you need two of the biggest in the game on your side. Introducing J.R. McKee, Boomman. Welcome to the real industrial plug. You heard me?
And so I just want to say this real quick before my man asks his question. You got to learn how to take rejection because a lot of people are going to tell you no, and the way you react is important because you're going to have to see them again. And they're going to have to see it, and they're going to remember how you reacted to their no. You know what I mean? And if you took it gracefully, they're going to respect that. But if yeah, so never feel disrespected by a no, man. Never, and even if you do, don't show it. Because this business is longevity. You're gonna see these people again, so you wanna always make sure they feel respected at all times.
What's up, man? My question is, you said separate the streets from the music, right? And really, that's our art. You know what's going on today. But if the Rico case is like, we want to pop out 20, 30 deep. You know what I'm saying? We want to be in a video 20, 30 deep. That's our friend. Yeah! We've been there from day one. You feel
talk to the mic a little heavy.
So how can we, you said separate the streets from the music? When that's us, that's our art. We're speaking facts, but now we got to separate because we're scared of a Rico charge.
I didn't say separate the streets from the music. I said separate the streets from the business. You get what I'm coming from? It's a difference, right? So don't bring the way you think streetwise into the music business because a lot of the people in the music industry are not street.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So you're gonna approach them in a street way and you're gonna admit it. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can't run up on the DJ 100 deep trying to scare him and think he gonna rock out with you. He gonna be afraid of you. You feel me? Like that ain't how you wanna approach the situation. You feel me? You can't bring that same street mentality to the music industry. You gotta see, okay, if I'm coming to the streets, I ain't gonna approach it in an industry way. I'm gonna approach it in a street way. You feel what I'm coming from? I'm gonna learn, okay, what's the rules to the street? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna learn the rules to the street. You feel me?
The rules to the industry.
You gotta learn the rules to the industry. You feel me? You got everybody different. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta approach it in a level that it comes in. And see, the problem is we try to be the same way in everything. Like I used to have dreams. You know why I cut my hair?
Why you want to cut?
I cut my hair because I said, man, I want somebody to give me multiple millions of dollars. I want these industry folks to give me multiple millions of dollars. So in order for me, I don't want to look like I'm the person that can't come to multiple millions of dollars. That's why you see me put that shit on. That's why you see me put it on. You feel? So now when I approach the situation, I'm in my uniform, and the white man, the black man, everybody respect what's going on.
Right.
They're like, okay, cool, boom, that's for $20 million, $10 million. Okay, shoot, that ain't a bad ass. He looked like he managed that.
Yeah. I mean, they always gonna give you what you don't need. You know what I mean? And so if you come in and you represent yourself like I don't need this money, they're gonna feel way more comfortable giving it to you. You know what I mean? So you gotta know that. And then just as far as separating the streets from business, it's just a such thing as professionalism. And it's something we've been harping on for the last couple of weeks. It's like you gotta know how to carry yourself and how to speak to people. And I'm not saying to put on your white voice and nothing like that. I've never done that before. But I speak to them like I know what I'm talking about because I do. And so if you want to learn how to be professional, I would say the first thing you need to do is educate yourself. Because you come off as a professional when you look like you know what you're talking about. I mean, that's what professional is. Professional means this person knows how to do this.
You gotta read. Like, I don't care how cool you are, if you ain't read, you cheat yourself. Like,
yeah. One of the biggest mistakes of my career was when I stopped reading. You know what I mean? Because reading is what it said fundamental. What did it say it again? What did it say?
Reading is fundamental.
It's fundamental, yes. But no, it's like it gives you, it frees your mind. Because right now we're in a herd mentality. Social media makes us all, it's trained us to think one way. When I sit down and read, that tells my mind, it gives my mind way new ideas, better ways of thinking. And so that's how I come up with creative ideas. That's why I started, I wouldn't even start my business had I not been reading. You know what I mean? It was a thought that came from me reading something that made me start my business.
Can I ask the audience a transparent question, and I want y'all to be honest? Raise your hand right now if you read it. All right, and for everybody who's not reading, what I want to do is I want to challenge you to pick up a book, but not no ordinary book. Get a finance book, get a book like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon. Start challenging yourselves, right? I got a book right now that I paid $1,000 for, and it was only 1,000 of these books made in America. And guess what? Majority of y'all would have never ever heard of this book and never will. I got this book because it has so many secrets that the other people had that I wanted, so I bought this book.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't tell you. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. You gotta be ready. Would you spend $1,000 on a book today?
I would.
Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm about to challenge you. Before I leave, I'm gonna bring you to the side. We're gonna go to the site so you can buy the book right now.
Yeah.
You want that challenge? I'm talking to you.
So
I think I know what book you're talking about. I think I got that same book talking about UCC calls and names and all that stuff like that.
Nah. See, you don't got this book. I'm gonna put you on game though, boo, because you always
Put me on game. Hey, look, real quick, I'm sorry. Hey, we got Papa Smooth in here, Radio 3000, Augusto, Lamert. If any of y'all in here, hey, they want you to perform. You gotta go to the stage and perform. Alright.
So just to recap, the most important thing to break into this industry is content. That's number two. That's number one. And then number two is your business, because that's how you stay in the game. You don't need business to get in, because you make the right content go viral, boom, you win. But how you stay in is with business, and it just comes with professionalism. But professionalism, pure and simple, is educate yourself. The more educated you are, the more professional you can be.
100%.
You know what I mean? So we, I'm not trying to keep it forever, so I'm going to go to the next topic real quick. And so this is very, very important for everybody in here. Is artist development still important? But
Everybody, they answer that.
But with that, if they're so important, why did labels remove that department? Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's a streaming game. So they're not in the business of developing artists. They're in the business of catalog.
Right.
So it's like, why would I want to spend my energy? Because what it is oversaturated. Mm-hmm. Think about it. Everybody does music. I'm not gonna develop all these folks. That's what I'm gonna let Boom do that and let them jump him off on the internet. You get where I'm coming from? I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna just get the artists that I feel like, okay, because I have the bag, right. You feel me? I see a Glorilla, oh, should I give her $2 million because I understand the catalog and I understand I have the relationships and the outlet to make it bigger and faster. Right. So I don't have to develop, I can just sit back and wait, because TikTok allows me to find what's relevant because of algorithms.
Right. See, this is the thing, like, everybody in here is actually going through artist development. Yeah. Artist development, for the most part, is just time and your craft. Like, to get to the NBA, you don't just happen to fall into the NBA. From 8 years old or maybe younger, you're practicing every day, you're getting the coach, you're going to these games, you're developing to get to the NBA. 10 years plus, from 8 to 18. Or really you got to be 19 because you got to be 1 year of college. The music industry is the exact same. We're executives, 10 years plus. We didn't start hot.
But let me say this though, JR. But it's a point where I do disagree though. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of major labels that are developing artists. Okay. They are. So, you remember when I told you the leverage, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Okay, cool. Because I know being in that field, they had some artists. I'm like, who is this? They just one of the artists who been with us for a minute. We developed it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's my point. Development is nothing but time.
Right.
Because what the major label will do is they'll sign 10 and sit back and wait.
Yeah, but I think once again too is like, I'm gonna use the Drake analogy again. Drake is on our label. He feels like this artist is important. He's under OVO. We want to keep our franchise player. We're gonna do whatever it takes to help him build and grow this artist. You feel where I'm coming from? So it's artists that you see pop out that's been signed for a little minute, and then all of a sudden they created a buzz, you know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't quite there, but they got a small budget, they got some studio time, they got the right people around them to kind of help them get a little bit. But it like, man, I wouldn't. That's why I would stay independent. You feel me? You know, but that comes with finding good management and good teams and good. Like I would always, to me, I would get with a furnishing company or a management company, but it's not too many of us out here. Like I'm one of them. You feel me? Like I'm not. The thing about me is I'm not trying to be sign up long-term situations. I don't want it. You get where I'm coming from? Because I don't want to be nobody daddy, have to take care of nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because you go out, I'm starting, you on lock, you got your job to take care of me and my family, and if you don't, I hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do that. So, you know, more so now, it's more so like, let's do a record and see how they go. Let's shoot a video, let's do some development. You know what I'm saying? Or let's do a management situation. Let me see how your work is, kid. Let me give you some information, some intellect. You know what I'm saying? To tell you this is the path you should go through because I've already paid my dues. And you're supposed to use the brand and take it and run with it and create your own hustle.
Well, let me say this. I just want to finish what I was saying. Like the thing about basketball and sport, practice is development. Because every time you miss, you're realizing, okay, how do I make it? How do I make it? The problem with artists is they don't take that negative feedback. Every time you put out a song and it doesn't pop, that's feedback right there. That's a miss. You have to take that and figure out what did I do wrong, or what did I do right. If something starts to work and something's like I said, an outlier. If your last 3 songs did 1,000 streams, but number 4 did 4,000, that's an outlier. It did better than the rest of them. You should look at that and say, okay, what did I do right? When the next one only do 1,000, what did I do wrong? And you constantly learn. That's what development is. It's that trial and error. It's that learning process.
So CJR, the problem is with most artists that slaves to a baseline. They follow what they know. So majority of the time they're following the artists. A lot of the artists don't understand the power of players in music like this. That's why we got platforms like this to introduce them to people like you and Dontell, so they can get, because just like in business, right? But 9 times out of 10, if you didn't read a book, you got a mentor. Or both, you know what I'm saying? You got a mentor. So a lot of these artists don't have mentors. You feel me? So they gotta wait for a Gucci Man or a Young Gotti or a Young Thug or a Luke, whoever. And you see, you can mentor somebody into success, or you can mentor, you know, or Dr. Dre, or you know, a 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? These are their mentors, or Diddy, or Master P, or Baby. So people get with them and they get mentored for one way or another. You feel me? So we have to create where we get more leverage as far as being recognizable about the things that we've done, so these artists appreciate us and say, okay, cool, I want to follow the way that I want to allow Boom to mentor me, coach me, and help me develop. You feel me? Because the problem is they're developing themselves and they don't understand the business.
Right.